You have asked for it, and I have provided what you need. This, of course, is the Baobab tree that I grew from seed. This is the third year. It is summertime, so it's definitely outside. It's putting on some wonderful growth. And let's go ahead and talk about it. So let's start at the bottom here. When I grew this, basically when I started growing it, it was in a smaller pot and it kind of just got neglected. I just kind of let it do its thing, and I did not realize it had become very root bound, and as a result the trunk actually started making this really cool little twist on it, which kind of looks like a snake, honestly, but I think it's a pretty neat little feature. But the tree's kind of growing, from that. It's thickening up a little bit, so that's kind of nice. It's getting a little bit of thickness to it, so hopefully over time this will kind of like maybe fill in and make a like even a wider kind of base to it. But it's pushing about 2.5 to 3 feet tall. And one of the cool features this year, I didn't do this last year, is right here. It's starting to put on some little shoots or some branches from the trunk here. It's putting on a couple little side shoots. You can kind of see right here, and then at the top it divides out into basically 2 major growing sections, and now this third one right here is a new addition to this year. So it grows outside all year long, guys. I water it maybe once every 2 weeks or so. It does take a while for it to kind of catch up in the spring because it's cooler climate. So once it does get outside in the summer, it just absolutely takes off. It has virtually no pests. I've never had any bugs on this thing that I know of. It's just a wonderful little plant. Now when it gets to fall, the leaves will actually fall off of this. It's deciduous in a way. You bring it aside, do not water it. It will just kind of overwinter all winter by itself, sitting just where I keep it next to the window there. And that's about it. It will start just putting on some growth in the spring when it's ready. At that time you can kind of start watering it and keep it nice and warm. These guys do not like to be cold whatsoever, so do not wait until it is cold and gets frost in the fall to bring it in. Bring it in well before that. But yeah, I've had a little fun time growing this. Check out these leaves, these little glossy kind of leaves. And one thing about the Baobab leaves, they are edible. I have tried them. They taste nutty, kind of like almond butter, like a sun butter, like sunflower seed butter. It's pretty tasty actually. But do your own research. Don't just go eat everything someone tells you to eat. But this is pretty neat. This is probably the healthiest that it's been. Last year we had just a super hot summer, and I think I got stressed out, which is probably my fault because I should have watered it more than I did. This is a lot of times people think that if it's a succulent or a cacti or something that it means you don't have to water it, which is is not the truth, because in the native climate these guys will have deep tap roots. They'll be able to accumulate moisture as it does rain during the rainy season, and then stores it inside for keeping itself sustained. But when it's in a pot, it can't do that, so you need to be the one to provide the water to it. As far as fertilizer goes, I mostly just water my house plants and my others with the like Alaska fish fertilizer. That's organic stuff. I use that maybe in the spring to kind of get things going. And if I think about it, I haven't used a succulent specific mix to this. Even though it is a succulent type tree, I don't think it's really engineered for this type of tree. It's more for like your actual haworthias and aloes and cacti that you would have maybe as a house plant. So just a general all-purpose fertilizer, like maybe once a month in the summer, every other watering at a mild strength. I don't try to over fertilize this. I don't think it needs an abundance of fertilizer, but yeah, it is really cool. Really kind of excited to see how this fills out, especially down at the bottom. And yeah, I just checked this out. I just noticed this is a little like aerial root type deal. It's kind of a root that's kind of come off the trunk, it's into the ground, so that's pretty neat. It's got another one right here too. See that little aerial root? kind of go in there. Awesome. But yeah, it's a nice and firm trunk right here. If it does get a little bit soft, that's when you know it needs to get a little bit of water, a little, you know, kind of squishiness to it. You don't want it to dry out to that point. But yeah, I've had no trouble growing this at all. If you ever do try to grow one from seed, or you buy a plant from it, they're very easy to care for as long as you keep them very sunny, very warm, away from frost, and take care in the winter to not water them. Okay, they need that prolonged dry spell. I made the mistake one winter of trying to water it because I thought, you know, I was kind of feeling bad for it. I'm like, man, this thing's gonna die. It was like maybe January, February, and it started putting on a few leaves. And that was not the right time for it because it was still inside, which is low light level, of course. It's not the same as being outdoors. And the leaves did shrivel and fall off eventually, and it set the plant back tremendously. So do not give this too much love. Here's a little shot from above. A little sprawling havoc here. Now in the wild, of course, they're gonna have maybe take on a different form. I'm not exactly sure if it's gonna do this native environment, or if this is just where it's in a pot and I'm growing it as a specimen. But it does kind of a sprawling little spread out type appearance to it. It's very, very nice little tree here. So there's a little update you guys have all been asking for. I know it's been a long time, but I wanted to make sure that it had something really worth talking about before I made an update on it. So hope you like it, guys. If you want any more of my content, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I also make a lot of YouTube shorts where if you're not subscribed, you're not going to get notified of those shorts. So sometimes I might do an update on a plant or a tree, and it might just be a quick little 30-second deal. But yeah, long form content doesn't really get recommended like it used to, at least on my channel. So do check my shorts for a lot of updates. So I'll check back later, guys, with this tree in its progress, maybe in the fall, see how the end of the season growth has been. But there you go. This is the Baobab, grown from seed, year 3, Zone 7, USA. Goodbye, guys.